Welcome back to Make It Mondays, and this week I am going to be working on a new sweater. And this is the yarn I'm going to be using. So it is a cotton yarn with some sparkles in it. It's going to be knit from the top down with very little shaping, as in almost none, but with an interesting vertical stitch pattern. So let me get everything turned around, cast it on, and I will show you how I'm working on it. So I have gotten relatively far on this at the moment. It is, in my case, 77 stitches wide, but I am letting it go ahead and roll for the boat neck this time. So it is going to roll down in both the front and the back. So this is the neck edge, and I'm working from the top down. I'm almost done with this side. I'm on a wrong side row, so I did decide to do it where the right side is just knit across, partially so that way I don't have to think on that row. And then for the wrong side row, I am doing 2 knit stitches in each repeat. So I worked across to where that knit stitch is. I'm knitting 1, purling 1, knitting 1, and that's to make this textured line going across. So I'm going to do the last couple of rows on this side. Then I'm going to grab another set of needles and show you how I'm going to cast on the second side. So here I am ready to pick up from the shoulders to make the other side of the top. So I have the yarn looped over so I can do the first stitch. I'm picking up the first stitch through the cast on edge. Some cast ons work better for this than others. This is a cable cast on, so it works reasonably well. Long tail does not work as well, but this also works if you're just going to seam the pieces together. I hate seaming, therefore I don't do it. So I'm going to work across. And when it's time to start picking up the stitches, or to start no longer picking up the stitches and do the free edge, then I will turn the work around and start doing cable cast on, moving on, counting my stitches till I get back to the shoulder on the other side, and then pick up stitches on that side, and then double check all the counts, making sure everything is happy and just the way it's supposed to be. I will then work knitting it all the way down to here, and I will be back when it's time to connect in the round. Okay, so there's the back, there's the front. Now I'm going to continue with the yarn from the front to go all the way around, but I need to add some stitches for under the arm, so for the bottom of the arm side. So I'm going to purposely twist the stitch a little bit just so it's not quite as big. Pick up a stitch or knit a stitch and put it on the left hand needle. I'm going to do that all the way across. And where this started is going to be the start of the round. So that's the original stitch, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I'm going to go 19 stitches total and then keep working in pattern, but now what used to be my wrong side row is going to be my next row, and everything will be worked from the right side. And then I'll be continuing down to the hem of the shirt. I'll come back to show you how I'm going to do some of the increases that need to happen around the side of the sweater to accommodate the hem being slightly larger than the bust line. Be back in a bit. So here we are at the second to last increase on the shirt. So I'm going to knit all the way to the center line of where the increase is going. Pick up a stitch from the right. So I do pick up the stitch that's below. I'm going to knit into it. Knit the center stitch, pick up the stitch below on the left, knit into it, and knit that stitch and go all the way across the round. And then I've got one more increase where this center cluster will be 5, will increase to 5, and then it'll be the full width. And I will come back when it's time to add the sleeves. Be back in a minute. So here is the body of the t-shirt, and it is a full 2 skeins put in. So I went as long as I could and know that I still could get a full round, and that is the final length. And now it is time to pick up for the sleeve. So I've already started and gone most of the way around, but I'm going to show you how some of this works. So because I do slip stitches on the edge, it's actually really simple because I just pick up where the V is and pull up a stitch. In my case, it's 3 pick up and knit, and then 1 reverse E cast on. And I do that all the way around, and I will end up with 100 stitches here. I'll be back in a bit to show part of how the sleeve cap gets formed. So I'm doing the shoulder cap with short rows, which is also how I am making the number of stitches go down to the final circumference of the upper arm. So I've worked a couple short rows back and forth just to make sure that I've got my spacing right. And now I'm a couple stitches short of doing the next wrap and turn. So I'm working in pattern, so this will be a knit. I'm picking up the last wrap and turn and putting it behind so that it hides the wrap. Purling through that one just because that's where I am in the pattern. Knit, knit, and then slipping the stitch from left needle to right, putting the yarn in front and slipping it back, turning the work and pulling the yarn to the back. And that makes it so that there aren't any weird holes where the turns are happening. Then I'm going to work all the way back and do the same thing on the wrong side, but again keeping it so that the wrap can be used to hide the holes, or can be hidden by the fabric and can hide any holes that would be created by doing the wraps. And here is the finished shirt. So this one is completely washable. It used up all but these, like the balls like that big that's left of the 3 cakes of yarn that I started with. And it came out really cute, really pretty. Front and back are almost identical. Well, they're identical in shape, but they're not quite identical in color. So that's the back. That's the front. And I hope you all really enjoyed this episode. If you did, consider giving it a like. And if you want to see more, please hit subscribe. And I will see you next time on Make It Mondays. Bye.